something that I always echo on my channel. If you let a criminal out for so long, or repeatedly, I should say, they are going to fuck up again and again and again. And it's nice to know that my little mantra, if you want to call it that, still stands undefeated, because that is exactly what happened in this particular case right here. So in this picture, you see his name right there. His name is Samuel Heber Butler. And this man is out of Utah, and he was just recently, well, I don't know if it was recently, but he was actually acquitted of rape. And then a month later, he got charged with raping a child. Literally a month after he got acquitted for a rape that he most likely did commit. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, if he did it, then why would he go and mess with another person? This time a child. Now, I don't know who the first victim was, but usually when it comes to rapists, they have a pattern. They usually will, like, if a rapist is going to rape a woman, he's always going to go for women. If he's going for children, he's going to continue going for children. They rarely veer from the script. So I'm going to assume that the first victim was a child, and then they acquitted him of this, and then he a month later got charged for raping another child. That's why I say the court systems, why they work the way that they do, because of who they protect. They're also very fractured. They're very cracked. Meanwhile, you have black men behind bars for decades, 10, 20, 30, 40 plus years for alleged rape. Alleged, meaning it may or may not, and 9 times out of 10 did not happen, and then they get released from jail, and then they get little to no compensation because they ain't gonna get their time back. But you let pieces of shit like this guy on your screen, who you know raped somebody, and he got acquitted, and then a month later he ends right back up in jail for the same thing he just got acquitted for a month earlier. On Tuesday, Samuel Heber Butler, age 24, was charged with 5 felony counts for allegedly, quote unquote, assaulting a young girl and attempting to bribe her mother with money to keep her from contacting the police. This is Butler's 8th time being accused of sexual assault and his 2nd time being charged with the crime. Just a few weeks ago, Butler was acquitted of sexually assaulting a student from Dixie State University back in 2017. Police arrested Butler last week after another woman reported the man had recently sexually abused her 6-year-old. The Salt Lake Tribune reports that Butler was charged with a rape of a child, sodomy of a child, aggravated sexual abuse of a child, sexual abuse of a child, and tampering with a witness in the 4th District Court. Listen to that. This man is a serial offender, and he got acquitted for something he did back in 2017, only just to end up back in the same position a month later. The mother of the child said she met Butler on Facebook weeks earlier and invited him to her home in Provo last Wednesday. The woman said during his visit, Butler and her daughter fell asleep on the couch, and she left the two and went to sleep in her bedroom. Hold on. Now I'm gonna have to get into the mother. Now I'm gonna have to grill her. What the hell were you thinking? What were you thinking meeting some random person on Facebook for what I assume was going to be some kind of a hookup, and then bringing him around your door? This is why, if you have kids, if you have children, and the person you're bringing into your life is not their parent, they do not need to be meeting your child on the first meeting with you. That was very irresponsible on her part. And then you let this man, a complete stranger, up until you actually met him, sleep on the same couch with your child while you went and slept in your room by yourself. She should definitely get hit with some kind of neglect charges. Granted, she was in the same house, but what the hell was she thinking leaving her child with some man she just met in person that day? This is why this is exactly why I call myself an equal opportunity analyst, because if I didn't, I would have completely sidelined that part right there and just kept it moving. But I had to point that out. What the hell was she thinking? Letting your child, first off, meet this guy and you just met him. Usually with people who have children, they don't let the person that they just starting to date meet their kid on the first encounter. They let the time go on to see if the person is going to be around for a while. And then if they have a child, they'll let them meet the child. The most they'll probably do, or what they should do, is tell them right up front, hey, I have a kid. Is that going to be an issue? Did she even do that? Or was in the moment, was she thinking about herself? See, there's a lot of stuff that you have to really dissect here. The woman said during her okay, I read that part. Documents state Butler took his clothes off along with some of the girls and raped her. Now, this is where I put some of the blame onto the mom. I just have to. Like, and why would you leave your daughter alone with him? Even when you were in the same house. Like, if you was going to do that, why wasn't your daughter in her room? Or why wasn't she with you in your room? And you could have let him sleep on the couch. First off, if that's your first encounter with the guy, why did you even let him stay at your place to begin with? Okay, let me continue. The girl let me see. It says, according to the victim, Butler told her he wanted to marry her. He also apologized for what he'd done and promised it wouldn't happen again, wrote Deputy Utah County Attorney Dave Sturgill, wrote in charging documents. The girl ended up running to her mother's bedroom and asked if she could sleep with her because Butler kept touching her. When the mother confronted Butler, he pleaded with her not to call the police and offered her money. Butler left the woman's home but surrendered to police the next day. Reports show there is currently no court date. This video, going into this, I'm thinking that it's supposed to be just mainly going to be about his perverted ass, but I'm more pissed at the mother. Like, how could you be so reckless to allow this man that you just met on Facebook a couple weeks ago come into your home on your first encounter? And another thing, usually when people meet each other for the first time, it's usually never at their house. It's usually in an open area. Like, it's almost like she was craving some kind of male attention, and she was reckless to leave her child to sleep on the couch with a man she just met that day. They may have been talking online, but they just met in person that day, and you let him into your home around your kid, let him sleep on the same couch with your kid while you slept in your room. Like, that's crazy. That is absolutely insane. But you see, they're not going to bring that up. But I have to point that out. And I'm sure those of you who are listening to the sound of my voice right now are saying the same exact thing. What the? But this just shows that she, in that moment, did not care about her child's well-being. She was thinking of herself. Now, it's crazy that she allowed this man who she just met that day to come into her home, maybe eat some of her food and do whatever. But she didn't even let him sleep in the same bed with her, but let him sleep on the couch and have the daughter. Apparently, they bonded so well, so fast, to sleep on the couch with with him. You would think that if he's there to see you, that you would be sleeping in the same bed with him, not have your daughter sleeping on the couch with this man. But I guess y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like I said, this whole thing turned left for me just reading that part alone. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, have your notifications turned on. Make sure to follow me on Twitter if you haven't done so already, and I'll talk to you in the next one.